Today we're reviewing the Milwaukee M18 7¼ circular saw. This baby's about 7 years old. It's one of my first tools I bought. I love this thing. And this is the Milwaukee 5 3/8 M12 fuel saw. Obviously, if you can see, the blades are situated on different sides of the saw, so this will give you a different 45 cut compared to this one. We use this one for mainly like stairs, stringers, when we're making a stair stringer meet up with the riser board and we want that to be a 45 cut. This tends to be a good tool for that because it cuts the 45 in the right direction. But other than that, I don't use this for a lot of things. I got it at one point for a truck saw to like cut down material at the lumberyard quick and easy. I ended up not really using it for that, and some of the materials like 2x6, 2x8, it really fought through to cut and just didn't have the juice for it. So we really just keep it so that we have the opposite side of a 45 cut. But other than that, it's a great saw. Has a simple brake when you're trying to change the blade. Has tool self-storage that stayed intact for us. The fence locking works great. You know, nothing really to run through too much on this saw. It's been a great saw. This is the saw that we use each and every day. Again, I've had this for 7 years. The one issue that we've had on this in 7 years, and this thing is still good and springy. I want to comment on this too. We get this minutia with our tools and the details that we look for. This fence has a nice spring to it. It gets itself back to protect you, but it doesn't fight you so much in your cuts. Now, when you're on a 22.5 or a 45, yeah, it's going to fight you. Every fence is going to do that, and you're going to have to do the whole pencil and the saw trick and keep that blade up if you're cutting a 45. But other than that, it really doesn't fight you too much. It's a nice spring. The only real issue we've had with this is sometimes, and it hasn't done it lately, the trigger doesn't always start up right away, but today it's been starting up fine. It's just a hit or miss kind of thing. To be honest with you, I haven't even taken it apart to see if there's a loose connection. Because it is so hit or miss, it doesn't almost make sense to be a loose connection, and it doesn't really bother us that much. You know, every now and then it's hot, you're towards the end of a job, and it does, but for the most part, it doesn't bother us. Raptor hook is nice. I slip it in my pocket a lot whenever I'm maybe climbing up a ladder. It hooks on a ladder nice. It's a great addition. One little gripe is when it's locked, when it's set hard down on the table, it's not quite a 45. If you can see, I'm touching at the base of the square where I'm open at the top. So if we're ever having to be precise with this particular saw, you do have to go through this few second calibration to get it right.
But that's just within the last year. I mean, this thing has been pretty solid for a while. It's getting old now. It
literally gets thrown into the van when we put it in. So we don't take care of it, but it holds up great. This has come off, but it's not a big deal. It's kind of nice actually, because then when you want to bottom out, we can change where we lock into and get that really up and out of our way. So I have lost the tool. That did go away somewhere. If you watch my tool bag review though, I talk about keeping your change out tools in your bag. I've lost that fence guide in there, but I honestly never really used that. I don't know. I've never been on a job site where I've really seen guys using their tool like that.
Use our hands, damn it. We're carpenters.
Yeah, use your hand. You know, learn how to hold your saw. If you're making that kind of rip, hold your saw so that you can use your finger as the guide. If you need something more precise than that, you probably shouldn't be using this tool. You should have your table saw, which we have a couple reviews on, so look at those. That's it, man. This is the saw, 7 years on. It's still a beast. It's sentimentally my favorite tool. The brake work, everything works on it. It's a great saw.